What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 as India, not as India, the India AI only game though. You see, it's really hard to start talking. I don't know what's going on. Every episode, I think for the last 5, that was the first one where I didn't give up. But the last 4, I've like started and went, nope, that was bad, we'll start again. But nope, keep going this time. Power on through, get going. First of all, I'm going to end this debate once and for all about rivers, because I've had multiple asks. Here is the edit map button. This looks like a river, but it's flat land. There's no option here. There's no option here. There's none of these. These are all wonders. Nope. Nope. This will be embarrassing if I see it, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'll be happy if I find it though, but I'm pretty sure. Nope, nope, nope. None of these. None of these. None of those. None of those. And none of these. So I'm pretty sure. And this is like only works if you click on units or cities. There's no river option, or if there is, you can only put it in the city. So that's that one. This one is the same as the previous one. So I don't think there's an option. I could put in like coast and lakes, but I feel like that would be, it's a bit late. You know, I should have done it. We should have done that at the start, but like we had like massive rivers, but that also seems a bit weird. So yeah, I guess it's just unfortunate. But yeah, there is no button. We've had to, so that just kills it. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just flip-flopping and forgetting every time. There is no button for rivers. And also, I'm sorry about the audio last time. I've moved the mic further away, and I'm going to do that even more so. Hopefully it's not too quiet this time. A bit worried it'll be too quiet, but last time it was clearly a bit too near to my face. So sorry about that. I was worried about being too quiet and then ended up being too noisy. So we'll try and fix that. But Pandya completing the porcelain tower, and we continue. We will not look at the info addicts at turn 200 because I think people were complaining before that I was looking at them too much. So we'll wait till turn 250 and then we'll do it. But apart from that, we'll continue. I mean, it's still a pretty open game. I think lots of civs still with a chance of winning. So we'll just continue. See who has a good day today. But first, we'll just check around. British Raj has been completely eliminated, so that was the end for them. But I'm just going to check where else there might be sieges ongoing. There's a bit of a battle going on there. The Mughals, I think, will probably look after themselves, even if they're not going to win this war at all. But I think they won't die imminently, at least. Where else? We've still got Tibet versus Gupta as well in the north, and then oh yeah, there's still Siam, Burma, and Bengal. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so it is Burma v Siam, based on what we saw, and I think it might be Burma v Bengal as well. So Burma may grab a few cities in the near future. Siam has no more units left at home, and Vietnam's also took a bit of a beating last time around. There's a lot of oil here. No one's picked it up yet. I think we might see that being useful fairly soon. Maybe not the sea oil, because that takes longer, but certainly land oil, probably by the end of today's episode, will be an important resource, because I can see Chola have great war infantry. I think they were one of the top tech civs, so it might take a bit longer. But certainly coal might be pretty important by the end of today. And there we go. Gupta completing the Prora, and Tibet still around completing the Afitsi. We have had a bit of a fall. Tibet, they are also fighting Gupta as well as Pakistan, so hopefully they can survive that. And there it is, Burma grabs a city here off of Siam, and also Maurya sneaks in to grab a city off of Bengal, and they should take this northern city as well, just judging by how it looks. Oh, they only actually just joined in that turn. Well, they timed it very well. And there we go, Harappa takes the autocracy ideology, which I believe is coming out on top at the moment. Yes, Harappa, Gupta, Pakistan, and Pandya. Between them, what is that, 28, 34 tourism, up against 28 for the order civs. Pandya and Maratha now friends. Good move, I guess, especially for Maratha. They border each other, so that makes sense. Probably keep you alive for a bit longer. Siam is, yeah, definitely not getting that city back. And there it is, Moria does conquer that northern city off of Bengal, so they now just exist up in the mountains. Siam, I'm not sure where this settler's going to go. There's mountains completely surrounded. If they settle there, I think that guarantees their survival, yes, for the whole game, because there's no way someone gets up there for a long time. Even with planes, that might be difficult to get to, but we'll keep an eye on it. Tibet could lose another city here, one of the bigger ones at 13 population, could be falling into Gupta's hands. And Pakistan as well, making progress in the north. This could get bad for Tibet really quickly if all their cities get split. But we'll see how this goes. We have another ideology, Vietnam also going autocracy, and Burma lost their capital. I did not see that. We were focused on the west, and Burma managed to let their capital slip. That's a big mistake. Siam, be very grateful for that one. I mean, that's a fair trade. You're happy with that. If you take the capital and lose this little city over here, that's okay. I think you'd take that for Siam, I should highlight. Persia have lost their capital. Never mind. I thought they might be okay. I was wrong. Pakistan came back seeking revenge for Persia's brave effort to attack. Yeah, this might be the end for Persia then. There's been some worry for desert civs, but I mean, I guess that makes sense, Mughals and Persia, but certainly Pakistan and Harappa's done okay. I mean, they're not as much in the desert, but a lot of this was desert and still is. But yeah, certainly Pakistan's doing okay. So, I won't put too much pressure on them. Oh no, that is Burma. Regaining their capital, at least temporarily. How's it? Oh, there's a couple of Maratha settlers lurking around up here. Very far away from home. And there it is, Gyansi falling into Pakistan's hands. And that does leave one Tibet city down here in the south. And 3 more further up. As Siam retakes Burma's capital. And also opts for the autocracy ideology. At the moment there is... Oh, British Raj died. I knew there was another one, and I thought that hasn't been repelled, but that's why. Yeah, I mean, they might repeal the embargo of Tibet. It depends how they feel about the banning of, was it silk? I think that was the other one. Depends which way they all throw their votes. I think that's what it was. There we go, Burma's capital falling again. Moria also adopts autocracy and pieces out with Bengal while they're at it. Pakistan and Harappa. I did not even know that was ongoing, but there you go, that's over. And Harappa grabbed another city in the desert as well. What else have we got here? Maratha and Pandya joining against Tibet. And there is a lot of Pandya units in here, so this could be quite important. And then Chola versus Gupta. Oh, that's pretty bad. This could be bad for Gupta there. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, Chola. Let's have a look here. I just want to see the numbers. Gupta have been fighting on all fronts for a long time now. They're still 5th biggest army. Chola is 3rd. Okay, we'll see. Harappa is number 1. I don't believe that. It doesn't look like it. I guess there's a fair amount here. They must have a lot of boats that are just very spread out. And I guess the Great War Infantry helps, but still, it doesn't feel like Harappa's number 1. But there you go. In military, you know what, sometimes demographics do have a use. They're a bit more basic, but they let you compare without having to remember who topped each stat. So at the moment, population is led by Gupta, as is crop yield. And then production, gold and land, all led by Pakistan. Soldiers is Harappa. Mughals actually leading approval, and then Gupta also leads in tech, apparently, which is again a bit of a surprise. But there you go. No, they don't have Great War Infantry. Maybe they have something else. Pratihara decides to go order, so at least someone goes order. They've been quiet for a while. They're pretty big. And Tibet pieced out with Pakistan, so then we'll stay the same at least on this front. And we'll free up Pakistan to maybe do some other stuff. But let's see, Chola. Looks like they're going to take Bombay here relatively easily off of Gupta. And that's already a bit of a blow for them. we'll see. They might peace out with Tibet soon if this doesn't go too well, although I say that they do grab another city here before that, and then Bombay does fall to Chola pretty easily afterwards. So there we go. This is a big battle in the east. Chola have been growing slowly. I'm liking this. It does seem to be keeping the game very balanced. Everyone, like, civs that grow then seem to lose a lot as well. But we'll see. See how it goes. Those Maratha settlers still haven't found a spot. They're walking around. There are still spots that you could settle, for sure. It's going to be a bit of a race for this city with everyone surrounding it. Siam lost a city to Burma. I think, was it? It wasn't this one. It was this one. That one in the north. And Maurya has now declared war on Burma as well, which is going to hurt Burma. They've just gained these cities, and now they might be passing them over to Maurya, which is not what you wanted, but there you go. I wondered, yeah, I thought maybe Pakistan is going to send a few units over now, go focus on Persia, now that they're not at war with Tibet anymore. Is Chola progressing? Not as aggressively. Oh my goodness, they have submarines? That is very advanced. I mean, Gupta have artillery, so yeah, they're up in it all of a sudden. When you're pressured, you pull out the good units. Burma and Bengal, peace out. I mean, if Bengal couldn't take, if Burma couldn't take this, then Bengal is probably safe. They've actually squeezed out another settler, which will probably find a home between these mountains. But yeah, those submarines, that's super useful. I can see that one of them actually did end up dying, but I think that's going to be pretty difficult to take them out. Susa has fallen, and it's going to be burnt to the ground. Again, not a huge issue. Sorry, Persia. But yeah, I mean, we've seen more cities again settled this episode than have been burnt down. Pandya, oh my goodness, that adds to the border gore. Pandya have now 2 cities up in the north, not connected to the rest of their empire. Just add to the confusion. Pratihara has a plain. Okay, never mind. Oil is important already. Quicker than imagined. Oil will play a big role in this game. That did not take long at all. Right, next turn. Only 1, to be fair, but still. All important. Oh, also, okay, that wasn't a Persian city. I think it's a Mughal city. It is now being burnt to the ground. Sorry about that. Gupta and Chola continue, but no real progress against any cities being made. I don't really know what Chola's doing. They're ignoring these cities, which can obviously bombard them. Not a smart move. And there we go, another Persian city falling. This one won't be burnt to the ground. That's good news for the people that live there. Just leaves 1 Persian city remaining here in the very western part of the map. How did it go? Maurya versus Burma did not go too well. And Siam they've got this city like surrounded, but they're not really getting the job done. I don't know what they're doing over here, because you're just getting bombarded and hit with the cannon. That doesn't seem like the wisest place to be standing. Harappa versus Burma. That is very far apart. For some reason my brain didn't clock onto that straight away. It was like, yeah, that's close. Not really. I don't think they're not close at all. No cities falling too much at the moment. Pandya is trying to get to Tibet. I appreciate the effort, but that's not it. And there we go. Persia is eliminated from the game. I think that's 2nd. British Raj were 1st. I think India is still alive, so everyone else has kind of survived up until this point. I don't think anyone else has Yeah, Bengal's still around just about as well. Squeezed in. They're probably going to survive forever now. There's no hope of an AI getting into that little crack there. I don't think anyway. Europa getting a bit braver with the settling, I see as well. Squeezing into this desert gap. Of course, as the game goes on, the AI will fill all the space no matter what. It will fill up. Even this empty sort of vastness in the corner. You know, they'll find a use for all these resources. Even without the rivers, they'll find a resource. Find the need for the luxuries or strategic resources. Chola join against Tibet. Not saying that's a great idea. Gupta now have infantry. Okay. Interesting. We're hitting the modern era then, which of course means sieging and taking cities becomes a lot easier. Particularly with artillery and planes. And battleships as well, but less so because there's less coastal cities. Maurya and India against Tibet. Won't matter too much, they're a bit too far away. Tibet and Gupta also peace out, so Tibet will probably survive up here now. Siam versus India and Burma v India. No, those two are still at war with each other and now they're attacking other people at the same time. Make it make sense. As Burma is another civ going order, so it's not completely over. And I believe the Mughals just got eliminated. Yes, 2 cities in 1 turn falling, so that's them now gone. Gupta and Vietnam. Oh, Vietnam v Siam. That could be just continuing to add to the mess in Southeast Asia. They're just constantly fighting each other. We'll see if Vietnam can make some progress, because Siam and Burma didn't really do too much, and especially Burma losing their capital even briefly. It's quite painful. But yeah, we'll see if Vietnam can get anything done. A few denouncements coming through. You know what, I'm glad it doesn't happen. I can't remember. I'm sure it's to do with like a certain way we set up the game, but I don't know if any of you remember those games where it would be like the constant string of denouncements. I'm glad we don't get that anymore. I don't know what sort of combo of settings you had to do to make it happen, but it was a mess. And Tibet did get a few more peace deals there, where it was just like impossible to even find all the notifications you wanted with like the wars and stuff. That was a messed up time. That convinces me they must still do some stuff behind the scenes with the game, even these years later, all these years later. Even though I don't know, there's not like updates as such, but you imagine they must have done something for that to happen. Briefly. At the moment though, everyone seems to be surviving. This war's sort of stalemated out, but there is a build-up of units for sure. Pratihara there, with quite a few planes. Gupta's got a little force here, and Pratihara is going to declare 2 wars, one on India and one on Tibet. Tibet's probably safe, but yeah, India should get, well, at this rate, they'll be out next turn. So that's not what you want if you're India. 22 population city, pretty simple move to make if you were Pratihara, whose most of your neighbours are pretty big, so it's not really an easy move. But yeah, that seems like the smartest one they could have made as the first step. I mean, I don't know who to attack after that. Harapa's meant to be #1 military. Pakistan's big. Pandya looks good. And Gupta look good as well. Although I don't think they only border Gupta slightly because of the weird borders we have. And also I did see another city fall there. Burma taking one off of Maurya. Maurya, that would be bad for them if this just falls apart right now. I'd feel sorry for them a little bit, but at the same time, it can happen. Vietnam denounces India, and India is the next civ eliminated. So 3 in 1 episode. That's the most we've had so far. I mean, we only had 1 before today's episode, so that makes sense. But there it is, Pratihara taking over the city of Calcutta, which I think. No, I think this was India's initial capital because British Raj stole Delhi as a name, or New Delhi and Delhi as names. So I think this had a lot of wonders in it. So that's something worth noting. But that will be it for today's episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.